What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Olivia. It has been a hot minute since I've put out a YouTube video, and for good reason. Definitely was a much needed break from the social media world. I was still on Instagram and TikTok a little bit, but for the most part, it was an unintentional break, and then it just kind of turned into, you know what? Let me just take the rest of the year and focus on my family, my job, my career, and we'll pick it up in the new year. So I'm so happy that I did that. For those of you that don't know, I do work a full-time corporate job outside of social media, so this is a hobby of mine. I have been doing this since 2018. So I've been doing this for a while just as my part-time little side gig. It's so much fun. It's a nice little outlet for me, but I do need a break from time to time, especially now that I've become a mother and also trying to run a household and be a wife and see family and friends and just prioritize those things. So this did need to get put on the back burner for a little bit. I have no regrets, although I did miss sharing content, and of course I missed all of the holiday stuff. But I appreciate all of you guys that have reached out and wished us well wishes to the holiday season. We had a wonderful Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's. And yeah, so I'm really excited to get back into the swing of things. A couple of things, if you guys don't already follow me over on Instagram, a really exciting announcement. We are expecting baby number 2. I am currently 15 weeks, yes, I'm about 15 weeks pregnant, and we're expecting the baby to be due beginning of July. Kendra did come a little early, so maybe end of June, but we'll see. I'm very thankful to God this time around because I'm having a much better experience. For those of you that don't know, my pregnancy with Kendra was, I don't want to say miserable, but I did not know whether I wanted to do this again because it was 9 months of just, I did not love being pregnant. I'll just say that. And then delivery and postpartum, not a fan. But this time I am feeling great. I've had some nausea, but it's just been a little bit here and there, and I don't have the pain that I was in the last time. So I am just so grateful, and I hope that we can continue this and I can manifest a redemptive birth. If you want to keep up on more of my pregnancy journey day to day, I did do a Q&A over there on Instagram already. I did save it to my highlights if you want to go check that out. We are also finding out the gender this time around. We didn't with Kendra, but this time my husband really wanted to. So we did do the blood work for that, and I will be announcing over on Instagram first. So I'll leave my Instagram handle on the screen if you want to go over there. Give me a follow. That should be announced within the next week or two. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into today's video. Like I said, my mom and I did some clearance shopping after the holidays. We went the week right after. Actually, I think we went the day after Christmas and then the next weekend. And Target had some really good sales. Hobby Lobby didn't have anything yet. I don't know if we were a little early, but I'm hoping we can go back at least once more here in January just to see what they have. If not, that's okay. But I want to share everything that I saw at Target that was on clearance, and then we'll go ahead and get into today's video. Like I said, Hobby Lobby just didn't have anything really for clearance decor. We might check back a little bit later, but here's everything that Target had. I know every Target is different, so some of these pieces might be available at yours, they might not be. We did actually check 2 Targets, and unfortunately I just didn't film on the second one. There wasn't as much at that Target, but still some really great options, and I think they're affordable prices. Also, I mentioned this last year, but if you didn't know, on these end caps, when you see the clearance stickers in yellow, I don't want to say oftentimes, but if you see something you like and you're like, it's still just a little too much, take it to one of the in-store scanners. It has to be one of the in-store ones. You can't use your phone. Scan it on one of those in-store scanners, and sometimes you might get lucky and it'll be a little bit cheaper. I've scored a few pieces that way, so just a little tip in case you guys are shopping at Target. Like I said, Hobby Lobby just didn't have any clearance, so I didn't really film anything in there, but Target had some really good stuff. I picked up one item from their clearance section, and it's this really cute little brown ceramic vase. It was $7 and I got it for $4.89. I just thought this was a cute little size, a little like tea vase. I thought this would be perfectly styled next to a larger vase on our floating shelves, and also the perfect color tones for the theme of decorating after Christmas. So I was really excited about this. And then a couple other pieces that I have picked up over the last couple of months. I haven't been on YouTube to share, but one of them is this really large, I think this is called an olive pot. I've done a ton of research. I keep pinning these on Pinterest, and I couldn't believe my HomeGoods had one of these. and it was only $40, $39.99. And again, I love this color so much. I love the browns. I'm starting to add a lot of these brown warm tones into our house, and I can't wait to style this. Along with our kitchen, I'm also going to be decorating our back entryway. I did kind of do a little refresh back there, and one of the things I picked up were these really pretty stems. I wanted something that had a lot of branch with a little bit of greenery for this in-between season, in between, you know, the winter, but we're not quite into spring. So I didn't want anything with like flowers on it or anything like that. So I did pick up this 4-pack from Walmart. I can't remember exactly how much I paid. I want to say $11.99 or maybe $15.99. I'll link them down below. I love them. I think they're great quality for the price, and I love how tall they are. I did actually bend the bottoms so that they fit in this little olive pot, but I have this styled on our back entryway, and I just love how it looks. I did have a couple more items that I recently picked up. I'll wait to share what those are once we start styling them, because one of them is a mirror in our back entryway. I just think it's just too big to hold up right now, but I'll share that with you guys, and then a few other little pieces as well. So let's go ahead and get decorating.
I love incorporating different textures when it comes to decorating spaces throughout our home, like wood, stone, metals, fabrics. And this time of year specifically, I'm really leaning towards those warm tones, so you will see me pulling a lot of browns and wood decor. I also love those really unique one-of-a-kind pieces and being able to pair them with some of the more modern, easy-to-find staples. And anytime I decorate our kitchen, you can almost always guarantee I'm going to be using wood cutting boards and some cookbooks just as anchor pieces. These are great staples to have in your kitchen decorating because you can use them year round, and they're both aesthetically pleasing but also functional, which is a huge win. And I will try to link some of my favorite cookbooks down below. The goal here is to keep things light and simple, not going overboard, and just being really intentional with a few great pieces just to liven up this kitchen a bit. This time of year, I love adding in some real greenery along with some faux. I think it's a nice mix. And this plant that I'm adding to the top shelf is a real plant, and it's actually a propagation from a much larger plant that I have and I've cared and loved for several years now. The larger one is currently styled in our bathroom, and this new little guy adds the perfect pop of color and life to this space. A few months ago, I finally caved and I picked up a candle lamp. I'm sure you've seen a ton of these around social media lately, and I have honestly been loving it. It's no secret I love having a little lamp in our corner. I was content with it for the longest time, but I was like, you know what? Let me just buy one of these. I keep seeing them, try it out. And it honestly is a nice added bonus when you can also pick a great scent to fill your home on top of having that cozy little corner. So the candle that I have on it right now is technically empty. It was one that I had been burning, and the wick was no longer big enough to light, but there was still some wax at the bottom, and I thought no better way than to really get good use out of it, even though it might not look the prettiest. This back little entryway has been one of my favorite spaces lately. At some point last year, I was feeling the itch to kind of move things around, so I went ahead and took that accordion peg rack and I moved it to our back hallway. And don't mind the holes, I did have to patch some of those up. I still have to sand and paint. But my intention behind this was to create more of an actual entryway. We live in a very small house, and it's just this wide open square between the back door, kitchen, and living room. And the dresser is a Facebook market find. I sanded it down and refinished it. And then the lamp is also a thrift store find, so I can't link that one either. I just did a little DIY on it to make it look a little more aged. And then I upgraded the lampshade. If you're interested in the lampshade, I can link that down below. And the mirror, you guys, this is something I'm so excited about. I only paid $20 for it. I can't even believe it myself. It's from Walmart, and the quality of it is incredible for that price. They did have several sizes. I was going back and forth between this one and the next size up, but I just love how this space has turned out and how inviting it is when you walk in the door. I already mentioned these stems, but I just cannot recommend them enough. They will be linked down below. I think they're perfect for this time of year because you can always add some spring florals in the next few months just to thicken up that bundle. And like I said, I bought a 4-pack, but you can buy them individually, 2-pack, 3-pack, and so on. So I'm really happy with how this little entryway turned out, and I would love to know your guys' thoughts down in the comments. And our kitchen island seems to be a dropping ground for everything lately, so I cleared it off and I'm just craving simple. I pulled out this beautiful glass vase, which I want to say is from HomeGoods. I'm not adding anything at this time, but as we get closer to spring, I might either add some florals or swap it out for just a different centerpiece, but right now, simple is the goal.
That is gonna wrap up today's video. I am extremely out of breath, but I think we accomplished everything that we wanted to tackle. It feels so good to have all of the Christmas decor down. I say that every year, but the clutter of Christmas, I love Christmas decor, but there's no better feeling than taking it all down, putting it away, and just having a nice clean space to breathe in. And I think we accomplished that today by just adding very minimal pieces, very clean and sleek, and I love how everything turned out. I will try to have as much linked down below in the description box that I can, so if there's something that you saw in today's video, definitely check the description box, or if I forgot, leave me a comment down below. And as a reminder, if you guys want to follow along with our baby number 2 journey, head over to Instagram and TikTok. I'm going to be sharing more of my updates over on those 2 apps just as opposed to YouTube, because this is more home decor focused and I want to try to keep it that way. I might share little glimpses and pieces here and there, but for the most part, if you want to stay up to date on all things pregnancy, I will be sharing those over on Instagram and TikTok. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your week, a great winter season, and I will see you all back here in my next video. Bye, you guys.